Yeah, we're all saps, I know. It's just because the love for our Father just overwhelms us. And to watch him suffer the last, not just 9 months, it's been several years. It's been hard to watch. It's like an elite athlete becoming paralyzed. That's what he became, you know, as we so succinctly said. You know, a man who made his living by speaking couldn't speak for the last 9 months of his life. And it hurts us. It really hurts us. And that's something that we have to live with, but it hurts us. Next we have Anita. The prodigal son, the papa always wanted.
Before I begin, I wanted to thank all of you on behalf of my mother, my sister, my brothers, and myself for your efforts, large and small, to be here today to help mark my father's passing. I'm honored to be able to speak to you about my father. The simplest thing I can say about my father is this. He was a force of nature, a storm of a man. In his path, things moved. Nothing stayed still. He was primal, persevering, and on fire with the possibility that something good was just about to happen if only you worked hard enough to make it so. Duty, decency, reliability, honor, dignity, respect. These are all qualities that my father not only held in high esteem, but practiced every single day. He was a serious and disciplined man, but he could never resist the opportunity to have a laugh with friends and loved ones, given half the chance. He was quite simply an interested and interesting man. I've never met anyone as generous as the man we have come to celebrate today. He gave more to people than people gave to him. If someone in our family needed anything, chances were good, he gave it. Looking back now, I realize that the greatest gift he gave me was the gift of speaking my truth, the gift of being a woman of my word to myself, the gift of going beyond the expected and doing what I felt was right, even if it was unpopular or uncomfortable. My father's last days were not easy. Always used to being in control, he found it hard to concede to the body's imperfection and the growing need to depend on others for support. Always a giver, now he had to receive. Always the one in charge, now he was in charge of others. I want my father to know that this adage is true today as I stand here before you. If tears could build a stairway and memories a lane, I'd walk right up to heaven and bring you home again. Thank you.
Alright, so we have about 7 minutes between me and Lilly. And so Lilly, you have a minute. बाल रंगने से जवान नहीं हो जाते हैं.
First, I'd like to thank all of you for coming here, and everybody always said what they need to say about him. I'm really grateful for all of you here. I know my father would have loved us. He had brainwashed us from a very young age to what we need to do when he passes like this. We had a week and a half to cry, laugh, and joke, but we never for once miss our father. I just have a little poem for you that I'd like to read it to you. It was actually a Hindi song, and Ajay had sang on their 50th anniversary. And there was a couple of paragraphs in there. It's so beautiful. So I wanted to share that with you really quickly. Though it's true that there is a God, but he is unknown to everybody. He recognized on the earth the form of parents. Father is a giver of life, whose name we have intended. We held his finger and walked all the way through our childhood, on whose shoulder we sat and saw the world. He taught us the difference between right and wrong. Our dream now, after growing up, we pray the Lord that we shadows should remain us till the world's end. We cannot live without you, Papa. Everybody's heart desire that you should remain safe. He recognized on the earth in the form of parents. This is a little simple thing that I believe from my dad. I believe that my father left us, 5 of us, Mom, me, Ajay, Anita, and Vinu, along with 6 grandkids and great-grandkids, and son-in-laws, grandson-in-law, granddaughter-in-law, to go to his own parents, his mom and dad, his 2 younger brothers, and his older sister. But I know Papa is right here watching all of us. And I know he's saying, hey, you're doing good. You're gonna be okay. All I want to tell my dad, Papa, we're not far away from you. Please save a seat for us because we're coming too. And we will be together once. Thank you.
She took more than a minute. Okay. I usually have no problem writing. Actually, it's one of my favorite things to do. I have tried for the last 3 or 4 days to write a eulogy for my father, and my mind was so scrambled that I couldn't get thoughts together. So this might just seem like rambling. And I'm long-winded, so it'll be a long-winded rambling. I'm long-winded like my father. Go big or go home. The young man from a tiny village who dared to dream of a better life went big. My father, after Radhishyamlal Das, accomplished more than I think he even ever envisioned or expected. To his students, the tasks were hard and his words were biting, but his heart was soft and giving. Failure to him was not acceptable. After a sound scolding, he would always help them find the right answers. He was hardest on us, his children, and yet he gave us everything he had. In fact, Papa, you helped more people than I can remember. You were generous with your advice, money, time, almost to a fault. Yes, he was extremely strict with Lilly, Anita, Vinu, and especially me. But oh my goodness, did he adore his grandchildren. He adored Anjali, he adored Deepu, Ekta, Arjun, Amar, and little Alu. They absolutely stole his heart. And he had a special bond with each one. His 6 grandchildren were his pride and joy. Papa, ever since you married Mom, you have watched over our family with unconditional love and unwavering devotion. You allowed each and every one of us the freedom to find our own way in this world and the room for us to make our own mistakes. And you were there to catch us before we fell too hard. We are who we are because of you. We learn from the best. Papa, you gave me a life I didn't deserve or earn. Everything I have, everything I am, it's all because of you. I read a quote when I was much younger, and I recall it more often as time passes. The older I get, the smarter my father becomes. So true, so damn true. Papa, you will always be my hero. Papa, you're my Lou Gehrig, Nolan Ryan, Magic Johnson, Joe Montana, Kapil Dev, Michael Jackson, Muhammad Rafi, Anita Bachchan, Stephen Hawking, and Mark Twain all wrapped up in one beautiful package. You were the best of the best. Now, if I ever need guidance from above or say a prayer, I will look to the heavens and speak directly to you, Papa. To state that you are a special man would not only be disrespectful, it would be a sin. To me, you were godlike, a deity, if you will. You always have been. Papa, we love you. We honor you every day. We have, we will. We know the sacrifices you've made for us, and that's what makes you bigger than life, to all whom you've ever touched. Go big or go home. Papa's real plan was to go big and go home. That was his dream. That was his real goal. Papa, you're home now. Mission accomplished. So smile that beautiful smile again. You're finally reunited with Dada, Dadi, Gita Didi, Nunu Chacha, Poo Chacha, and Papu. You can go for walks with Dada and your younger brothers again. After 9 painful months, you can eat again. Dada has missed you for nearly 50 years. His prodigal son has finally returned home. Papa, we all miss you so much. We're fortunate and blessed that you left us a treasure trove of advice, jokes, a blueprint for success, both personal and professional, and a myriad of inspirational and funny stories. Most importantly, you left us with your DNA that will be passed on for generations. Your genius will continue to live on in your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren, and so on, and so on, and so on. Papa, I am profoundly proud to be your child, as is Lilly, Anita, and Vinu. Through our children, your legacy will live on until time infinite. Papa, your most beautiful gift to me and our family was your last breath. It was brutally devastating and yet sheer perfection. You exhaled as if the load of the world had been lifted, and your constant worries about all family members had been relieved. You were finally pain-free and in peace. Papa, the next time we meet, you, me, Dada, we'll take a long walk through Gandhi Maidan, find a great restaurant, and share a thali of rice and chicken do piaja. My treat. I can't wait. Hare Krishna to you all, and thank you for coming.
We'd really like to thank every single one of you for making the effort, on a Friday morning to come to see my dad. So in the last 15 minutes, we'd like to invite all of you to see my dad, starting from the back rows forward. And traditionally, if you can just grab some roses and then put it on his body. And then afterwards, we have